I'm not teaching, I am public learning. Hi and welcome to Learning from the Life in the UK test, part 202, Customs and Traditions, part 9, I think. While doing morning stretching, and if you participate in the morning stretching, it's at your own risk. So we're now having Bonfire Night. Bonfire Night is on the 5th November. And it is an occasion when people in Great Britain set off fireworks at home or in special displays. The origin of this celebration was an event in 1605 when a group of Catholics led by Guy Fawkes failed in their plan to kill the Protestant king with a bomb in the House of Parliament. I'm going to read it again. We're starting out with the month. If you participate in it, that is the month. So we're just doing forward shoulder circles. Breathe in, make up backward shoulders, up and front and down. And again, back with the shoulders, up and front and down. And two more times, back, up and front and down. And one more, back, front and down. And now backward shoulder circles. We go in front, up, back and down. And again, front, up, back and down. And one more time, front, up, back and down. Now we are just breathing in and letting the shoulders up. And again out and let the shoulders fall down. And again in and let the shoulders up. Then out and let the shoulders fall down. And again in and lift the shoulders up. And out. And again in and lift the shoulders up. And out. And now the upper back. We're breathing in and lifting the arms up. And we're reaching always to one side with one arm up, one hand at a time. We're pretending to grab an apple, to harvest it and to find it. So reach high and pretend to pick it. A few more. And now we're going on with the bonfire night. So the bonfire night is on the 5th November and it is an occasion when people in Great Britain set off fireworks at home or in special displays. We're saying in Great Britain, but I think they mean whole Britain. But I'm not sure. Maybe it's not celebrated in Northern Ireland, I don't know. They say Great Britain. And they said us we should be able to distinguish between these things. The origin of a celebration was an event in 1605 when a group of Catholics led by Guy Fawkes failed in their plan to kill the Protestant king with a bomb in the House of Parliament. For some reason it was never mentioned in the Long and Justice History chapter. So in 1605 there was a plot by some people and the leader of a group was Guy Fawkes. And they planned to set a bomb in the Parliament to make an attack on the Parliament and to kill the king. But it came out and the attack was prevented. And that the attack was prevented is then celebrated in the bonfire night on the 5th November every year. And on that year people are setting off fireworks at home or in special displays. They're doing it not inside of the home, they're doing it outside. And in special displays. So they are little festivals, I think. Fireworks are happening. So on the 5th November there's bonfire night and it's in a way of remembrance of, it's a celebration as the attack was prevented. And the origin of the celebration, and it dates back to 1605, where a group of people led by Guy Fawkes tried to make a bomb attack on the Parliament, which was prevented. And the people are doing a great fireworks on the 5th November. It's called Bonfire Night. And then we're having Remembrance Day. That is on the 11th November. That's on the 11th November. And it commemorates those who died fighting for the UK and its allies. Originally it commemorated the dead of the First World War, which ended on the 11th November 1918. people were Popeyes. Luckily, we have an explanation here. The red flower found on the battlefields of the First World War in France, by the way. And at 11 a.m., there's a 2-minute silence and wreaths are laid at the cenotaph in Whitehall, London. So first here, a little picture of the cenotaph. I can see when it's on the camera. I'm going to show it again later. And so, on the 11th November, because the First World War had ended on the 11th November 1918 at 11 o'clock and 11 minutes, and it commemorates those who died fighting for the UK or the Allies. So it's a Remembrance Day, and it's called Remembrance Day, to the people who died in the First World War. Originally, it commemorated the dead of the First World War. There's a big difference. The one is more inclusive, but it commemorates the fallen of the first dead of the First World War. And the people are wearing Popeyes. I think something on the chest. And Popeyes is a little red flower, so these are little red flowers. And they were in France in some areas where the war had happened. At 11 a.m., so at 11 o'clock in the morning, there's a 2-minute silence and wreaths are laid at the cenotaph in Whitehall, London. So at 11 o'clock at the 11th November, every year, there is a 2-minute silence. And the people are commemorating the fallen of the First World War. And at the cenotaph, the people are coming and laying wreaths at them. So these are, I think, these are, they are green and they are wreaths, if you know what a wreath is. And they're laying them there down to remember the fallen. And that is the cenotaph that we have in Whitehall, London. So this is another thing in London. It's the cenotaph. So this is quite big, I don't know, 10 meters or something. And there's some flags. There's a British flag at least. And I don't know, maybe I can't see a lot. And they are laying then wreaths here. There are many people, and they're making a parade, and they are commemorating the fall of the First World War. So soldiers and so on walking there. And then they are going there, important persons, and laying down a wreath to commemorate the fall of the First World War. Unveiled in 1920, the cenotaph is the centerpiece to Remembrance Day service. Yes, it's the centerpiece. And in 1920, so 2 years after the First World War, that cenotaph was unveiled. And at that place where that's the center of the remembering of the fallen of the First World War. And now we're doing the last thing, and when we will repeat it all in the further parts. Bank holidays, as well as those mentioned previously, so we had there the Christmas Day and Christmas, and the bank holiday, the Boxing Day, Christmas Day and Boxing Day, and Easter, Good Friday and Easter Monday. When with the thing what it was, it's called a New Year, was it? New Year, Hogmanay, there's in Scotland also the 2nd January public holiday, and I don't know how to create other ones. And there are other public holidays each year called bank holidays. So there are other days which are called bank holidays, and this is when banks and many other businesses are closed for the day. So on that day, banks, so bank holiday, and other businesses are closed. These are of no religious significance, so they are not religious, these bank holidays. They are at the beginning of May, so at the beginning of May, there's a bank holiday. In late May, and or early June. In late May or early June, there's another bank holiday, and in August there are at some time bank holiday. In Northern Ireland, the anniversary of the Battle of the Boyne is in July. In July is also a public holiday. In Northern Ireland, the anniversary of the Battle of the Boyne in July is also a public holiday. Battle of Boyne, that was born in Prince Charlie, I think. But we're going to look to all that close in the next part, when we should check to understand, so we go through all that in detail again, the last thing in detail, and we repeat it all, and when we're going to answer the questions, so we're going to do that more in detail. Now we're just doing the rest of the morning stretching, so if you're here for customs and traditions, And you can go to the next part. Now we're just finishing the morning stretching. The legs are standing wide apart. If you participate with your own use, but we have already started, you're breathing in and bringing the arms to the side. And out, we're doing the shift, and we're shifting to the side, and we're doing just with the upper part of the body. And breathe again in into the middle, and out over to the other side. Breathe again in into the middle, and out again over to one side. Again in into the middle, and out over to the other side. And again in the middle, and out we're going onto our knees. We're doing the buffalo fighting its hangover exercise. We're breathing in and out, and one arm comes in front. The middle of the body was after the resolution. So we're going to look, we're breathing in, shoulder pain. We're going to look what battle it's almost. And we're going to go over the battles, and we're learning all battles completely then. We have a shoulder in front, and breathe in, shoulder back. And again, out, one shoulder in front. And again in. And the last time, one shoulder in front. Now we're going to do two times more. And again in. Now the last times. And out, one shoulder in front. Bringing in the shoulder back. And out for last time. Breathe in the middle. And out, we're going down. Breathe again in. And out over the one leg. Breathe again in. And out over to the other leg. Again in. And out to the middle. And again in. And out we come slowly with a round back up. And we're making it top of the backward shoulder roll. Now we're doing garland pose. The toes are pointing to the outsides. We're having an underlimb space between the heels. We're breathing in, lifting the arms up. And we're breathing out, and we're sinking down, placing the elbows against the insides of the knees. And breathe in and straighten up the back. And out, and you're coming up to the back. And breathe again in. And out. And breathe again in and straighten up the back. And out again to the back up. Breathe again in. And out and down. Breathe in and straighten up the back. And out we're coming slowly up in one straight line. And now we're doing the seahorse pose. We're having one standing leg. We're placing the knee of the foot of the normal leg on top of the knee of the standing leg. Do this only without injuring yourself. We're breathing in. And out and we're sinking down. So, what we do? Bank holidays. So as well as was mentioned, we're going to go through of it and we're going to learn them all properly. There are other public holidays each year called bank holidays. And this is when banks and many other businesses are closed. These bank holidays are not of religious significance, but they are happening sometimes at times when religious significance festivals are happening, for example, Christmas Day or Boxing Day. They are at the beginning of May, in late May or early June and in August. So beginning of May and late May or June and in August. And in Northern Ireland also the anniversary of the Battle of Boyne is a public holiday. And now we're doing just the last exercise, closing exercise. Legs standing right apart, breathing in and going down. And again out. And breathe again in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Let's do it for one more round. Breathe in. out, in, and out, breathe in, close the legs, and out. I thank you very much, and until next time.